everybody, welcome to my channel. My name's Mel. Thank you so much for joining me today for February's stats game. So no, I still have not come up with a catchy name for this game, so if you have any suggestions, please do comment those in the description below. What we're going to do today is play my stats game. So if you guys have been around for a little while, you would know that stats are not something that I really love to talk about, but I know people like them. But also, I am trying to diversify my reading, both in terms of making sure that I'm reading books from LGBTQIA+ representation and also from BIPOC authors, as well as other types of diversification, whether that mean that I read books written in languages other than English or what have you. I'm also trying to diversify the type of book that I read, so not just reading physical books. So to that end, I have created this stats game. If you watched my January one, then you will see that things have changed slightly. Basically, because I had middle grade and young adult as a category that I could get points in, but I mean, that's too easy. Basically, I read definitely enough young adult in January, but also I'm not really that concerned. I read young adult quite often and I do read middle grade every now and then, so I'm not really that worried about it. So I decided to take it off, which unfortunately means that I had to remove my magnet. So let me just very quickly explain all of this for anyone that has not seen my goals video or did not see that wrap up, that statistics game I should say. I will link those videos in the description below anyway, so you can go and check those out. But basically what I have is I have a whole list of things that I'm trying to be aware of and to read for, and each time, this is my smiley face column, each time that a book meets one of these categories, I get to put a line next to it. Once I get to 3 lines under the smiley face next to in the rows, then I get to put a magnet in this space here. So I have these pretty little magnets. And whenever that area is filled up with magnets, that is when I get to pull something out of my prize box and do that thing. So I have a bunch of different things in there that I can do once I get a prize. However, the 2 things that will get me a not so happy face and mean that I have to take a magnet away from myself are LGBTQIA+ and BIPOC. So I have to read at least one book that features one or both of these representations within a month. Otherwise, I get a line here and I have to take a magnet away from myself, putting myself further away from the ultimate prize gain. So I'm going to do that now for the month of February. So I'm just going to get my journal with all of the books I read in February. So each individual book can do any of those things, can be BIPOC and LGBTQIA+ and neurodiverse, whatever it might be. And I get points for each of the book that does each thing, which means that if I only read one book that is BIPOC and LGBTQIA+, then I don't have to take a magnet for myself. I hope that makes sense. So let's go through the books that I've read and see where they fall. Alright, so the first one that I finished in February, although I started it in January, is The Bone Season. So The Bone Season, is it BIPOC representation? No, it's not, so I don't get a line for that. Does it have LGBTQIA+ representation? No, it doesn't, so I don't get a line for that. Does it have neurodiverse representation? I mean, I don't think so, not really. So no, I don't get a line for that. Mental or physical health? I mean, page does go through a lot and there's a lot of stuff, but I don't think realistically, I don't think I could really say that, really, to be honest. Australian Aboriginal author? No. Is it translated? No, it's not. Is it a graphic novel or manga? No, it is not. Did I read it audibly? No, I didn't. It is not a short story or written in verse. It is not really out of my comfort zone. And finish TBR I do at the end. So I didn't get any lines for that one, which is a shame, which is unfortunate. Alright, let's try Red, White and Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston. It is not BIPOC, but it is LGBTQIA+. So I get a line there. Neurodiverse, no. Mental physical health. I think it does actually, because it does deal with what Henry goes through, so I'm going to give it a line there. Australian Aboriginal, no. Translated, no. Graphic novel, manga, no. I read it physically, so no audiobook. It is not short story or written in verse. It is not really out of my comfort zone. Well, I mean, I don't read a huge amount of romance, but I don't think that's too out of my comfort zone. And finished TBR I will look at the end. Don't counting books I DNF'd. Next up is House of Earth and Blood, which is for book 1 in Crescent City. BIPOC, no. LGBTQIA+. I mean, I think... No, I don't think... No. Neurodiverse, no. Mental physical health. Sarah J. Maas is pretty good at writing about trauma, so I'm going to say yes for that one. Australian Aboriginal, no. Translated, no. Graphic novel, manga, no. Audiobook, no. Short story verse, no. Out of comfort, definitely not. Alright. But I still have 3 lines there, so I'm doing alright. So that means I get to have a magnet. So I had to take the magnet away, but now I'm giving it back to myself. So I'm happy about that. So there's my first proper magnet. Alright, let's do the next book. After Story by Larissa Brent. Yes, it is BIPOC, which is a relief because otherwise I would have had to take that straight away off myself. LGBTQIA+, no. Neurodiverse, no. Mental physical health, not sort of, but not really. Australian Aboriginal author, yes. Translated, no. Graphic novel, manga, no. Audiobook, no. Short story verse, no. Out of my comfort zone, not really, no. And then the final book, Men at Arms, is not BIPOC. LGBTQIA+, no. Neurodiverse, no. Mental physical health, no. Australian Aboriginal, no. Translated, this is going to be no for everything. It's not translated. Wasn't a graphic novel or a manga. Didn't listen to audio. Isn't a short story or verse. Definitely not out of my comfort zone. And unfortunately, I did not finish my TBR, so that is referring to my TBR for Roll of Reeds, and I had Frostart on there, which I didn't get to, so I didn't get that. But I did have one from this month in each of those, so nothing over here, so I do get to keep my magnet. So that is very exciting. So that's that. That is an incredibly short video for me, so yeah. If you have any suggestions on prizes, I obviously have one in there already that is getting to go on a book buying spree, but I have a whole bunch of different things like going op shopping, buying clothes, getting a really fancy bottle of wine, different things like that. So if you have any suggestions, please comment that in the description, in the comments I should say, below. If you would like to leave me a comment about any other aspect of the game, please do comment that in the description below. If you'd like to leave me a comment but you don't know what, then again, in honor of this little catty-corn, leave me either the cat emoji or the unicorn emoji. All of my social media details are listed in the description below, so if you'd like to go and follow me on any of those other platforms, please feel free to do so. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, I would absolutely love it if you would subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up. And yeah, like I said, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time.